If you think that every barricade will have been dismantled, or that every wall will have been removed, if you think pressing your hands into the wet cement of a foundation will prove to the world you have left your mark upon it, if you think the grit under your fingernails is evidence that you have done enough, or that your rough and calloused hands offer sufficient testimony that you have earned rest, if you think the test will be anything less than an essay question aimed at unearthing the answer of how much your heart can bear, you will be disappointed. It will require more than that. There will be no welcome mat waiting to greet you at the foot of this mountain. No medal to pin upon your chest when this is done. You will have won nothing by crossing this finish line. It exists only to task you with discovering how much deeper you can go. It will insist you drill past the I don't know that has stood stubbornly in your way since the instant you first wondered if you could. It will burden you with the charge of bringing to the surface an understanding of the misunderstood, the excavation of an answer to the question, what now? How do you keep going in a world where the hellos are outweighed by the goodbyes? How do you train yourself to know you have to battle through the fall if you ever expect to rise? You have to accept the size of the mountain in front of you is secondary to the fact that there is a mountain in your way. What are you gonna do? You don't need a finish line to remind you that the way forward exists because of the work you put in forging the path behind you. Effort isn't weighed on scales. There will be times when the last breath in your lungs must volunteer to become the wind in your sails because who else is gonna do it? Forward. Faster than full speed toward the colossus of uncertainty that's been laying bricks in your throat to make room for the quiet imposter sent to replace your roar. Your strength is not diminished because others think your struggle is futile. Every time you broke, you learned to reconcile the pieces and build a better self using what you could salvage from the ruins of your slaughter. Your alma mater was a school of thought where the lessons were taught in reverse. Test first, instruction later. It was a classroom dedicated to the teaching of what can be learned from your failure. The answers were never meant to be easy. You've always known it. You don't borrow the conviction it takes to make yourself practice the impossible. You own it. The heaviest thing you will ever have to lift are your own spirits. They will, at times, be weighted down by the terrible gravity that is doubt. They will, at times, refuse to man the lighthouse meant to steer you clear from disaster. You will never master being whole without first knowing that some of the pieces we lose stay lost, and that sometimes the cost of moving forward is having to leave behind that part of yourself and learn to exist without it, to face down whatever mountain is in your way, but then to do what you're gonna do about it.